Alright, so all you Redmi K20 Pro users and Mi 90 Pro users out there, amazing update once again from .os team. We are talking about the complete review of .os version 5.2.1. I've been using this ROM since this morning, and one of my elite testers, Stark Edits, has been using it. He's made a comprehensive review out of it. Amazing stuff. Thank you very much for your help. Now in today's video, we are going to talk about the latest update, latest iteration of this Android 11 based ROM. What is good, what is bad, what are the benchmark numbers, which kernel should you use, how is the gaming. You will also see a gaming clip. Basically, this is a typical, amazing, complete review of a ROM. So before we get into all the details, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell icon because it doesn't cost you anything and it really motivates us to make amazing content like this. If you think you like chatting with like-minded people, well, join us on Telegram. We have more than 1300 people with similar devices chatting, discussing all sorts of things. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. And last but not the least, if you think the hard work is worth the effort, please click on the join button and support the channel. Now without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright, so right off the bat, let's see what we have here. We have .os version 5.2.1 official based on Android 11, updated a week back, that is on the 23rd of November 2021. We have download and then we have changelog. In download, the vanilla version is 767 MB and the GApps version, which we are using right now, is 1.13 gigabytes. So let's have a look at the changelog. It's little substantial over here. Alright, so November security patch for Android 11, fixed navigation features disabled after turning on game mode, updated APNs from AOSP, fixed quick setting tiles, inconsistent padding issues, moved OTA config to new API, so OTA should be better, updated translations from Crowden, UI UX improvements, stability and other under the hood improvements. Now as you can see over here, the moment you look at this particular app closing and opening animation, these are beautiful things. This is really smooth like butter and I really like it. Just have a look how quick, how subtle, how beautiful this is, and that is why I like custom ROMs a lot. Now to the left, of course, you have your classic Google feed over here. Some news about the POCO X3 Pro, sales king, I don't know what, a lot of issues with that device. Anyways, so the Google feed is smooth and the transition animation of moving from Google feed to the normal screen is absolutely fine. You have your assistant shortcuts at the bottom left and bottom right hand corner. You have a Google search bar with some icons and a beautiful wallpaper. Now remember, this is Android 11, but this has something like Monet UI known as the Monet wannabe UI, which works really well. You have this particular tiled shortcut over here, which looks really great. You have the time over here, which will take you to the clock. And then you have your standard quick tiles in which you have gaming mode. As you can see, they are mimicking Android 12 to the next level. This is really amazing. We'll talk about the gaming mode in a while. Now, when we talk about the screen recorder, it allows you to record internal and external audio, which is really neat. You can show touches on the screen, you can show a stop dot, you can also lower the quality, and the moment you start the screen recording, you will see you get a timer and bam, the screen recording has started. And with the screen recording on, there is no performance penalty. So if you're gaming with a decent kernel, I'll tell you why I'm saying that, you won't have any issues at all. So let's go ahead and quickly stop the recording over here. Okay, processing, there you go.
And bam, the screen recording has started.
As you can see, brilliant stuff from the .os team. The recents are smooth, fluid and fast. Just have a look how smooth this is. And over here, you will have screenshot working like a boss. You can have a scrolling screenshot as you go. And once again, you can also have select working absolutely fine. Now at the top, you do have a sub menu which allows you to split screen freeform windows, which is really neat. Something like floating windows in MIUI. So good to see such features being carried on to AOSP ROMs. And you can also pause the application and get the application info. Now if you press and hold over here, you do have home settings, which gives you access to your basic pixel launcher. And then you have widgets, your typical classic Android 11 widgets working absolutely fine. Now, although Android 12 ROMs are doing great, there is still a lot of things that needs to be fixed and optimized in Android 12. That's where teams like .os who are working on Android 11 are making a difference, because They're giving you a lot of features like Android 12, and this UI is butter smooth and works rock solid. Now, when you talk about the customization menu, you have schedule wallpapers, you have built-in wallpapers, which look really, really great. Now, as you can see, this is the color over here. So let's go to a different colored built-in wallpaper. Let's go to this pink one. Not really my taste, but let's wait for the UI to color change. Will it do that? Wait. It's jittery and stuttery a little bit. This time it didn't do it. I really don't know why, but most of the time it does that just fine. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. You do have .os exclusive wallpapers. Let's switch to another wallpaper over here. Okay, let's see if the UI changes color this time. Nope, nothing new there. So we will talk about that. You have the option of different colors. You can probably, yeah. All right. So that's the wallpaper and the customization. Now let's actually go to settings over here. The moment you go to settings and you go to about phone, you see this is .os version 5.2.1 GApps for K20 Pro. It does come with a Perf kernel, which is not performing that great because, hey, Perf kernel, right? Yeah. Flash Quantic kernel, because Stark Edits who tested, I'm going to read his notes in a while, and I'll also show you a gaming clip towards the end of the video. He has mentioned quite a lot of things. So the performance is decent for daily use, but there are a lot of fluctuations in gaming. That is the reason you should try Quantic kernel, November security patch, and Android version 11 working absolutely fine. Now the good thing about .os is customization. Yes, we checked that. So let's see, we change the wallpaper from here, and let's go to maybe a different color if we have. Let's see here. Let's select this one, hit apply. Okay, wallpaper applied. It does stutter sometimes. Yeah, it's not changing the colors right now. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I really don't know. But the customization is next level and works absolutely fine. You do have a very good and dedicated gaming mode. You have quick controls like screenshot, screen record, and stuff like that. You can enable or disable from your block notifications. You can choose what the ringer does in the gaming mode. You can disable automatic brightness. You can have dynamic mode, and you can add the games manually as well. Right? So now, apart from this, if you go to different menus, for example, if you go to display, you will see that it is very well laid out in a very, very organized manner. You have display cutout, you have the anti-flicker mode, which works absolutely fine. Then you do have sound customization with the clear speaker and the MI sound enhancer, which does have enable hi-fi, right? Apart from this, you have your usual Android 11 stuff, which works absolutely fine. If you go to system, you do have front camera settings, sound effects, no calibration menu over here. You do have the status bar tuner, and then you have the gesture options over here as well. So Android 11 with a flavor of .os is doing a brilliant job. But what about battery life? Now, battery life is very good on this particular ROM. Let me show you here real quick. So if you go to settings and you go to battery, you also have thermal profiles, right? Before we talk about the battery life. And you have the 180 Hz touch sampling mode. So these are good things and they make a difference. If you talk about the battery life over here, so let's show full battery usage. There you go. 1 hour and 10 minutes of screen on time, and we're still at around, I don't know, 71% battery. The charging takes about 1 hour and 30 minutes to charge from 1 to 100. Excellent charging speeds, excellent battery life. That is Perf kernel. What do you expect? Right now, what we are left with over here is my benchmark numbers, right? So let's go to Google Photos over here real quick. Now, this is the CPU throttle test. CPU throttle to 93% of its max performance and 181,809 GIPS, a decent score for the Redmi K20 Pro. If we further go into Geekbench, this is where it is a little disappointing. As you can see over here, 709 single core, 2538 multi-core. And as always, it did not run any Antutu numbers. Now, before I read the comments and sum up this video, let me show you a small 2 to 3 minute game clip which will give you a rough idea of how good or bad the gaming performance is on the Perf kernel. Alright, so that was the gaming clip. Not a great experience if you are using Perf kernel, but let's see what this guy, our elite tester, has to say. Flashing time takes about 2 minutes and 21 seconds. First boot takes about 47 seconds. Initial impression, UI is really smooth. Now the pros over here are ROM is smooth, good battery backup, good customization, fingerprint speed is great. I've not shown you that. Let me show you that. There you go. So the fingerprint is working absolutely fine. Touch response is good. Now what about the cons? Below average Geekbench scores, very bad CPU throttling. Now in my case, I did not experience it, but he did. Wi-Fi calling doesn't work. That is a big no-no for people who have weak network in their houses. Weird timer issue with Geekbench. DND mode is bugged when you start screen recording, and bad gaming performance. Now, as far as the gaming review from him is concerned, the touch response is excellent, he says. Very unstable performance and FPS drops during fights. So all in all, pretty good experience if you want to use this as a daily driver. If you want to game, flash Quantic kernel and you will have a much better experience. But in my opinion, .os is doing an excellent job to mimic Android 12. Most of the things are working as expected. You can use this as a daily driver. Even if you go to SafetyNet over here and you talk about SafetyNet test, SafetyNet is passing, your Play Store is certified, and your DRM info WideWire L1 is certified as well. So all in all, .os latest update is doing a lot of things right and a few things wrong. I'm pretty sure by the time they move to Android 12, they would have figured out a lot of things. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this video. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.